I'll start by just repeating the question about the legislation that was passed by the Senate and then repassed by the House and then passed by the Senate and then passed by the House, right? That's what we're talking about. And the first question, I'll take the second one first, which is the question about illegal immigrants and getting access to it. The Senate bill, one of the problems that folks who are on the pro-legalization side say their problem is that the Senate bill is fairly explicit in that it says that the new exchanges, without boring people and seeing people's eyes glaze over, but there'll be new insurance exchanges in each state that will claim to, quote, reduce costs, even though we know that they won't really do so, that in those insurance exchanges, that the bill says that people who are in the country illegally will not be able to purchase insurance even with their own funds through the exchange. Now that sounds good, and it is in the legislation. However, some of you may be aware of the education situation in this state and in many places around the country. I'll speak to you as the dumb orthopedist and not as a constitutional attorney. What courts appear to have decided over the decades, however, is that once you create entitlements, it becomes very difficult over time to deny access to those entitlements to people who are in the country illegally. That is, of course, what this state and so many other states, I believe, are suffering under the burden from when it comes to education. So, like so many things, it may sound good on its face, but it's really uncertain what will happen over time. The second question is regarding the funding of abortion services through the bill. Again, without delving into too great detail, the way the bill that is now law treats abortion in the exchanges is that it allows individual states to choose whether or not they will allow plans through the exchange to offer abortion services. In the states that choose to, quote, opt out and not offer it, what presumably would happen would that be private insurers can then choose to offer separate rider policies that then people can spend their own money on outside the exchange. Other states, however, that don't go that route, there is still supposed to be separate silos of money, as if that's somehow going to separate it. But it is fair to say that federal subsidies will go to people and companies that will then be offering that through the exchange. So it was a remarkable thing. You know, the president talked so much about bipartisanship or post-partisanship. And I'd say about the only thing he achieved with his health care bill was bipartisan opposition from all sides.